Hello, everybody. Sound check, sound check. Um, just trying to see if you can hear me. Can you hear me now? All right. So we're gonna kind of talk about. If you guys notice a lot of things that are happening out there with the power, identity, meanings beginning to lose coherence for large numbers of people at the same time. New information, new values, ways of relating are starting to appear across cultures without a central source or single source, excuse me. So, what do I mean by that is there's been things happening in Spain, there's been things happening in the United States on so many different levels. We are now approaching what is almost considered the common sense. If any of you seen Nick Shirley out there, he's walking along with somebody in Spain. He brings you to a part that will connect you to Spain, where all the migrants or everybody is like fleeing to, and there was no security at the borders or anything like that, and the common sense was, "Why am I here before the authorities are?" Things like this, the era starts to feel outdated even for those who previously accepted anything, right? And so, that's where we're at right now. So people are reporting the same themes all over, it's like a global consciousness. It's a shift in a large scale, changes in the baseline of the collective awareness. It's a sheer feel of perception, values, and operating assumptions that most of humanity runs on. Go figure that. Now, my last show or two shows ago, I might have taken some of my analogies from my things that I've done in life, and it was presented as a computer analysis, if you will, or computer way of speaking. And I got kind of called out on that from some people. And so I just kind of want to let everybody know I try to put things together the way that I receive information and that how I can present it to you. And that's all that this is. This is all about spirituality. And if you're going to read into anything else and I triggered you, so be it. There's nothing that I can do about that, but everybody's trying to figure out what the heck is going on these days, and that's what I'm doing. It's a common sense of a era that starts to feel outdated for those who previously accepted it. These shifts tend to move in waves rather than single events. Some are slower, when they're generated, and others are accelerated. And we're going to be coming up to one I think is Lion's Gate, and that's going to show that plus the Leo eclipse period. So I'm going to open up my chat here to see if you guys are out there, and if you are, please stop in and say hello, hello, hello. All right, so the present shift right now, what's becoming of it? Everything is kind of decentralizing of authorities, right? I think you're seeing that. Less automatic trust in old institutions. Some of people are trying to rebuild things that well, in other words, some people are not rebuilding, but they're trying to find out the truth behind the history of every country out there, and it's more internal in the field-based knowing, if you will. It's a system. It's when I say system awareness. It's people are beginning to sense reality and an interconnection of information and energy, rather than isolation objects. Out there, we're trying. We're all trying to figure out this timeline sensitivity, and we're all feeling it. We just don't know. We can't put our finger on it, right? So there's, it's recognition, if you will, of multiple possible futures that are available, and the collective focus helps select that, and among all of them. All right, so this is the old paradigm is no longer needed, and we've been saying this, and it's here. I truly do believe that it is here. The operation of all these are organized, and it's from the previous area, and it's reaching its end of the functional life cycle. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about something that I was getting. And if you've seen this out there, that's great because I'm not the only one that receives information. And it's called EIS. Okay. It's Energy Information Systems. And it's, maybe you want to call it possibly threads from records over the Akashic, you could call it that too. But it becomes so it's how the data is moved through the collective field, okay? And if I start to go out there with too much woo woo, people don't get it. And then if I don't talk enough, enough woo woo, people still don't get it. So I'm trying to find a neutral way of explaining this to you. How it is all stabilized, and does it spike or collapse? This is the collective field that I'm talking about. How do individual groups act as clean nodes that can receive and organize and transmit higher information? I said the word nodes. We again, it's just the way that the information comes across down to me that I have to accept it. I translated most of it into putting it in a much more simpler frame for you. But if you have any questions out there, please do. I think I'm only going to Rumble and YouTube today, and I only see a couple people out there. Probably didn't get my notification. Energy information system exists because of the collective field is reorganizing. That's my understanding, and if you have a different word for that, what I'd like to do is if you wanna call in, there's gonna be a link that I'm gonna actually grab right now, and I'm gonna put this in here, and, I'm going to copy the link. I'm gonna go back to the chat, and I'm gonna put this in here. And there you go. If you want to make a call to me, you click on that link. It's that simple. There's one out there for Rumble, and there's one out there for Turn the Page. And so this is my first time doing this. I need to practice it. I'm going to ask Jen Ryder if she wants to be a part of this. We'll see how she feels about it. And taking your questions personally. She'll be able to pick up on your vibration, your frequency, who you are, the sound of your voice, how you speak, whether it's monotone or excited or sad or any of that tells us a lot about who you are. So, what is EIS? What does it recognize? So this is the shift that is underway, and it shows up as increasingly sensitivity to energy and the information. There are patterns out there. There are patterns out there. You have to understand that we are all sensing, but we may not know how to know what it is. So, the breakdown of the outdated system that can no longer hold the current frequencies. Right? It's rising capacity of individuals to receive, organize, and transmit to higher order data. Some people are channeling a lot more. Some people are a lot more intuitive, more psychic, whatever it is that you want, and others may not even be recognizing it at this point. The timelines are being written, not merely observed, as I've always talked about. But EIS does not try to rescue old paradigms. It works with the new data that is arriving. I hope that you are following this. Let me see. I've got a couple people out there before I start taking any calls in here. I don't even know if the links work, to be honest with you. This is Rumble's whole deal. So let's see how this goes. So, what is the role of the EIS or energy information? Okay. EIS, Energy Information System, is what I came up with. You can rename it whatever the hell you want to name it. It's just something that I can put in perspective the way that I think, right? And how would you put it in, or what would you call it? So it's receiving the new information without any distortion whatsoever. You could stabilize the higher frequencies in the body and the nervous system. In other words, we're becoming much more clearer channels. And I think we're seeing this. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but I'm going to pull some stories from the current events that have happened. And there was a guy out in Idaho that was going through a burger place, which I won't mention here, but I guess he decided that it was time to take out some people. And then there was somebody else that was maybe a few cars behind or observed what was actually going on and said, "Whoa, I am not going to let this happen. There's time. We've got to put a stop to this, right? Just whenever everybody feels like they're sad and down and freaking out, that they can walk into a public place and just start removing souls." So somebody got out of their car, stood up until the authorities got there, and it saved many lives. This is what I'm talking about. We're stabilizing these higher frequencies in our body and our nervous system, and we're accepting uh, what is actually happening in front of us instead of saying, "Oh my God, that was just so surreal." So the frameworks for this is translating living data into usable form, where you react, whatever it might be, and we're transmitting the patterns into a much larger field. So if you get it and you get it, you really get it, and you put it out there, somebody else is going to get it. They're going to really, really get it. Okay, in the time of global consciousness shift, the quality of the information system we run determines the quality of the timeline we stabilize. Okay, and that's about all that I have on that right there. So today our structures are being put in place. The frequencies are being anchored, being grounded. There's new agreements in the field that are forming, and we're waiting for a better world to arrive. We are participating in the architecture that makes it possible. Okay, what is the current administration doing right now? He's trying to put things in place with the architecture to make our lives possible. It's not just this country, it is the whole world. Everybody needs to be able to uh, endure all of the fruits of our labors. And I do believe that there's so much more happening that we don't understand. So the old paradigm is complete, it does not need to be fought. It simply no longer needs to be used. So in the meantime, you're still going to have a lot of people scattered about this is what the mainstream will show you, the chaos. That's what it's all about. Uh what else can I talk to you guys about? Now, a lot of people I'm noticing is on certain platforms are arguing the core of quantum field theory, QFT. So, some are saying, good, bad, indifferent, that type of thing. I don't want to really go into that, but I noticed it. It's out there. So, according to quantum field theory, so a space is filled with an underlining field, right? Electron fields, photons, quark fields, etc. And what we call a particle is sometimes can be considered like a vibration of one of those fields, right? And the vacuum is not empty. It's even the lowest energy states it contains, that could be like a 0 point of energy and interaction when the field couples to one another. 1 second, please. Excuse me. Eh. All right, let's see what else I have here. Oops. All right. If you guys see the link out there, I could re-put it out there, but don't go into there because I got to go into another window or frame or another room, or whatever they call it here, and to see if you're actually in there. So I'm not quite yet ready. I want to kind of get through some of this information. And if you have other information, if you are one that's been studying the quantum fields, the akashics, QFT, whatever it might be, and you feel that this is aligned or you feel that it isn't aligned, we can agree to disagree. But be very careful in giving out the information, and just say I agree to disagree or whatever it might be. At this point, I'm observing information that I'm getting and how I perceive it, and I think it's coming in kind of clear for me. There is an underlining continuous medium out there, so reality is not a collection of the separate objects. It's basically it's information and energy that are distributed throughout the medium rather than locked inside of it, if you will. So there's a lot of more information that can I could kind of talk about that. I'm not the expert on it, but how does that relate to the EIS? Okay, how does the quantum field relate to the EIS? And it took me a while to really get this. So here we go. Quantum field theories, and then kind of picture like a little grid, right? One or two columns: quantum field theory, energy information system. There's a in quantum QFT. There's a continuous underlying field. EIS. There's a continuous information or energetic field. Okay, particles and excitations. There is in the quantum. Then in the EIS, you have forms, identity, and experiences, patterns. You could have a vacuum fluctuation in the QFT, and then in the EIS, the living potential and new data becoming available. Then you have the field interaction, organized reality in the QFT. Now, and on the other side, the EIS is a clean interface organized on how higher order information stabilizes. That's just something if you're saying, "Oh, wow, that's the first time I'm actually hearing this," you could study both of these if you want. Maybe meditate on it to actually see how the correlation flows with that, or come up with your own interpretation. So the EIS framing and I'm going to call this the new golden age is what a current administration is calling is all about adding more content. Um, it's not about adding more content to the old system. It's about reorganizing under lying field architectures, rebuilding. In other words, there's going to be new patterns out there. If you guys understand how everything works, everything is a pattern that is becoming available to us in our human system and learning how to interface with it. Okay, the quantum QFT supplies a rigorous scientific picture in the field that are primarily reality. EIS works with the recognition that consciousness and higher order information also operates as field phenomenon. Okay, so the old paradigm is treated reality as a separate object and a separate mind. There's, you could take this as like there are both emerging views if you want to. And um, so I'm gonna kind of wrap this up a little bit. So the sequence of this energy EIS starts with a core definition. It stands for Energy Information System. It's recognized that the energy and the information is inseparable and flows through a continuous living field. Why am I talking about all this? We're humans, right? Do we actually see the energies? Is it something that we can grasp? But it is exploring the global consciousness shift. It's a large scale reorganization of the collective field that the old paradigm loses and the information architecture becomes available. So you may have to take a look at the quantum field theory, where the fields are reality and continuous field activities with the particles that are localized, that are basically localized. I kind of sound like the Big Bang theory here. But this leads us to the Akashic field. It's a living vibrational data stream, and it's not archived. Okay, we talk about this new golden age data, emerging information, and it's embodied in the future. It's been talked about. How long has it been talked about from the current um, from Trump, right? So when I think he first talked about this maybe a year and a half ago. And if you think about that and everything from back then and then bring it forward, it's all becoming much clearer, a much clean way to receive and organize and transmit information. Okay, the distortion isn't going to be there. Are you guys kind of getting that? Some people say, "Well, I just really don't even pay any attention to anything that's going on, so I just don't really pay attention to the anything that information that I'm getting." Well, that is your choice to do that. And then some. Then there's other people that basically um, will relate to such things as the Bible. And there has been a lot of scriptures that have been written about this time right now. So you can't take the God essences out of any of this if you fully understand it. And I'm actually going to go and try to find one I had in here a little bit earlier. Just bear with me for one moment, and then I'm going to come and talk to you guys in 1 second. Let's see here. Where is this here? All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Oh, I had it bookmarked, so just bear with me for 1 second. and I guess I don't have it. I hate when that happens. I basically will, and it's been said on many platforms out there about what is actually happening today, and it does reflect just not just one, but many scriptures that are out there. Let me just kind of plug this in here and see if I get one out here. Um, Bear with me, because I think it's important. I did get some feedback from some people on this, and did I take it to heart? Probably did. Probably was a sensitive time for me. All right, let's see what we have here. All right, so I'm gonna come back to you guys over here and just see what is in the chat. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay, I see that there's all right, I can't find the scripture, but I will get it eventually. And it's probably on my phone. All right. Boy, I really need to meet somebody locally that would love to come in here and chat with me um on these shows here. All right. So, the first thing that I'm looking at, I'm back to you guys. I'm out on the chat, and Robbie gal is saying, I want to get back to that one. Everybody is blessing her grandbaby, the whole family. I see Mary Jones 9191 is out there. Charlene is basically saying we may not see this, but we feel it. And it's really important to also take in consideration the emotional aspect behind it. If you're feeling it and you may not be able to see it, yeah, everything is connected. And let's see what else we have out here. Lisa Davis is out there. Hey, Lisa, I'm glad to see you. So I'm going to put this link back in here. So there was happy to link. Go back to the chat. If anybody is brave enough to click on that link at home and play along, you that link that is there, it'll allow you to call in. Now, I have not done this. I have not done this, and I'm actually. It says waiting for callers. Um, and just bear with me if I click on something over here. This is all new for me. And okay, I could see it. Caller visibility is on the stream. There's nobody in there. Okay, I think we're doing good. So with all this said, I constantly am talking about, and people are constantly asking, pull a reading for the collective consciousness, right? But there's, I think that there's so much that's been happening so fast and quickly, and how things are changing. If you guys actually seen what is going on in all the other countries, and I don't know, but for some reason today I'm just feeling extremely sensitive, a lot more sensitive than usual. And I want to say, Robbie, what is going on there? She's saying much love and blessings for your baby granddaughter and your daughter. Um, is it Robbie? Yeah, Robbie, 17. All right. Everybody just kind of say a little prayer there. Um, And if you are going to go and click on that link and you want to talk with me, um, I'll just keep checking from time to time and see. It's not allowing me to take a caller. So I don't think there's anybody in there. Nobody in the waiting room. Oops, I don't want you to have, uh, okay, let's get back to the chat. All right. Two different things. Okay, so this is good. At least I'm learning how to figure this damn thing out. So that's really all that I have. You've got that Lionsgate that is going to be opening up on 8/8. I do have Jen Ryder coming in on 8/11. If you guys haven't seen her month reading for August, please get over there to New Beginnings. I think it's called. And I saw half of it, and let's see here. I don't have Rumble on my phone, says Lisa. You don't. There should be another one here. Let me put it out there again. You don't have to have Rumble. It should be on. Wow, it's only showing Rumble. Earlier, it had both. You should. There it is. It says Ripples of Waves. It's got the red dot for YouTube. It's out there, so you just have to wait. I think there's some sort of a delay. It's not my system, I know that. So there you go. It's out there. So in any case, that's what we're talking about here. I'm actually going to be um so let me explain this to Lisa. Lisa had sent me an email, and I was going to do a Zoom call, and some other people said, technology and I just don't line up. So I said, okay, well, we could do this. And other people said, if it's going to be recorded, of course it's going to be recorded if I'm streaming it. I'll put things out there, but you also have to know whatever questions that you ask, I'll ask you by your handle, but it's going to be out in the public. So I didn't know how you guys were going to feel about that. There's nothing personal here that we're talking about, but I actually I want to see what is going on with Robbie. Um, oops, let's move this around here, and let's just see what's going on. If anybody wants an Akashic, I can do. I actually, what I'm going to do is the chakras. And then I'm also going to do the my Akasha cards and kind of read into it. If you want a reading now, that's what I'm actually going to do. So before I do my readings, I want you guys to stay with me, stay on here a little bit longer, and just if you have a question, a personal question, a business question, whatever it might be, put the question in there. Okay, that'd be really good if you can do that. Yeah, Lisa is saying that the Zoom is much more private, and she prefers it that way. Mary Jones 9191 New Beginnings Tarot is Jen's site, New Beginnings Tarot. So if you haven't seen that, Jen will be on here next week. Like I said, I'm going to be taking a few days off. There's one other person that's kind of interested in the Zoom. It's got to be a small group. It's not a reading. I'm not going to teach you anything. We're just going to try to get into it, and I'll try to help you out. I'll explain the process of it, if that's something that you're looking for, or if you want to go in a different direction. I don't mind doing those Zooms. But the thing is, you've got people in different time zone. I've got one in New Zealand, I got one in Spain, I got one in Hawaii. So we gotta when if you're interested in this, send it to ripple654@gmail.com. Let me know what time zone that you're in. All right. And I get that it's more private, and that's why I was kind of like sitting there going, I'm not real sure about doing this, whatever it might be. You might have personal questions, or you just might want to say, what is the Akashics, that type of thing. But in the meantime, like I said today, I'm feeling, I went outside, I tried to get grounded. My property doesn't have a lot of big trees. I'm down by the beach, and there's always hurricanes, so it's kind of hard to see a lot of big trees unless you drive up north. And so I was just trying to get grounded before I started the show, and I was just I don't know what it was, feeling a little bit off, and I'm thinking, well, I always blame it on, did I sleep okay, or maybe I was traveling. I have no idea. All right. Mary Jones 9191 says I've been very emotional this week due to the Schumann. Okay, is off the charts. I have not seen that. I used to follow them on Facebook, but speaking of Facebook, for some reason I can't go to Facebook with Rumble. It's not allowing it to do it, but I can do it with my other package. And the reason why I switched is I'm trying to be aware of my budget. And me and my husband just basically decided that the other one was getting to be way too expensive. It was kinda cool, it was making all of my, short clips for me, but you have to pay for all that, and it was getting my stuff out there a little bit further, but you gotta pay for that. I'm not quite sure if I'm real interested in being these ones that, get 1,000 views or 15,000 views for everything. Alright, who's the first one that wants to says, "Janine, I've been very" so should I go with Mary Jones 9191? Um, they do have a little thumb thing there to put up there. So, all right, let's just see. So, Mary, let's go with the chakras first. And I'm going to, it could be if you just want a reading on the chakras, and if you just want to say, give me the first three chakras that need work, I'll do that. Or if you just want the Akashics, let me know. It'll be easier for me to move along here since I'm by myself. Okay. Charlene says, Janine, if you decide to record the Zoom, you could always just put the recording on your Telegram channel. Less people will see it there if you're concerned. True. Very true. All right. I will tell you this. I've had a lot of people contact me and said, Janine, just do it live. I can click on a link. I'm not technical. I can't please everyone, but we're going to figure something out. Let's just all kind of think about this. And that's why I'm taking my time with it. Today is the 4th. I'm probably not going to do another show until next week with Jen. I'm taking some time off and doing a little trip with my husband. And then I'm going to come back and really focus on this stuff here. Maybe some of you don't. Maybe you just want the knowledge of different energies. Maybe you're not a reader. Maybe you are a reader and you want to know, am I really getting this kind of information? Whatever it might be. I'm not sure. So all right, so the first one I have up here is Mary Jones 9191. And Mary, you and I both have been very sensitive. Um, you know, it took me a lot to come to this desk today, and it's I don't know, melancholy. Did people still get melancholy? All right, so the first one that I'm going to do for her is the root chakra, stability. You can't make this stuff up. So being grounded, and I could probably listen to this one also myself. Um, it says I allow myself to give and receive support. I can't put this too close because I trust in the pathway that unfolds for me. I recognize the interconnectedness of all things. I'm loving supporting myself with all kind of thoughts and encouragement and compassion and understanding. I am supported. Also, too, when the times are very sensitive like this, and somebody just looks at you and goes, "Boo," you know, that could do some wonders for people. So that's the first one for her, okay? And you have to take a look at it. I hate this word trigger. I really do because we're all trying to figure this thing out, right? And so I would have to ask Mary. Because of the you could say, and please don't take this the wrong way, Mary. You can say that everything is emotional due to the Schumann, but the Schumann and the energies that I just got through talking about, and this is the reason why I explain it. Now, is it fair to say I'm this way because of the Schumann, and what's happening out there? Or do I not understand what's going on? And that's why I come here and I explain what is actually happening from a global perspective. And then you say, okay, well, the Schumann's showing this. This guy over here is showing earthquakes. This guy over here is showing people are crossing borders. Is it all the same? The next one that came up is your potential, Mary. And your potential is I am alive with potential and fertile with possibilities. I allow my dreams and desires, uh, uh, and I allow my dreams and my desires, and I am an expression of the intuitive potential of the universe, and all is possible. So yeah, so in that card is your sacred. It's the orange sacral chakra, sacral chakra. And then I'm gonna pull one more for her because she didn't really ask, or I don't know if she did. I'm game for any that okay. And then the third one, oops. Okay, this one just jumped out. Um, I had this one in my hand and another one jumped out. I have to find that so the dog don't eat it. It is your crown chakra. Okay, it's your knowing. So there's a pattern here. Your stability, your potential, and your knowing. And I always like to say, it's the greatest good of all. Trust your knowing and your wisdom and your higher knowledge and your wisdom that is available to you. Okay, you're an aspect of the universal consciousness. So if is anybody else is hearing this and they need to hear it, you are wise, Mary. You are wise. So let me just do this for one quick second. Get that other card. Thank you. Good Lord. All right, I'm back. I said I'm back. All right, here we go. So your third card was your heart chakra, or your fourth, number four. Ease and grace for your hearts. Take it easy on yourself. Feel a little bit stable. Get out there. Get grounded at the root. Knowing that you have all the answers. There's nothing outside of you, and we all tend to go outside of ourselves. And it's done by design. Each one of us have has a tablet and an iPhone. You're looking for something that's outside of yourself. You have the answers, and it's so easy. It is so easy to use those other tools besides you being a tool. All right, let's see what else we have out here. Dragon Wings has joined us. Thank you, Dragon Wings, for coming in. All right. I'm not anybody else. Anybody else? Charlotte, Janine, if you decide, okay, I got that one. Um, we are electrical beings. Let me put this one up here. Oh, good. It didn't go to her page. We are electrical beings, and we feel slightly different. You guys hear me? Okay. Depending on our own energies and our own energies at any given time. Yes. Anybody else feeling like they want a reading, whether it's your chakra or your Akashic? I'm here for you guys, and let's see what we have. I'm not seeing any Rumble people out there, and I'm not seeing is anybody wanting to come in and do a call. Doesn't look like it. Okay. All right, there you guys go. You're welcome, Mary Jones. Does that align with you, Mary? Ah, Pop-O-Matic is out there. She says, "Hey, hey, hey." J9. All right, let's see. Okay, so this is what I have. Yeah, so if anybody is trying to understand what's going on, so to take this to the next level for Mary. Mary, we're not done yet. So I would say to Mary, try to get those chakras, spinning either faster, slower. Sense it yourself. You know, when you're doing your own type of energy work. Look at your heart, your ease and your grace, and just know your own power. There's something about her power with Mary Jones, and I don't know what if she gives her power away. We all give our power away, and it just it depends on the authority figure sometimes. But it's interesting. We have to stop and take a look at that, and um, sometimes when we're feeling like we're just really good people, and then somebody comes along and just throws shit at us. I don't know how else to say that. without them even feeling like that they feel like they have the right to do whatever. A lot of people do that. There's no more boundaries anymore, right? Or there wasn't any more boundaries. I think we're trying to redefine that, right? You close up the borders, we got a new boundary, right? You can't just walk in. I think those days are gone. At least I want to believe that. So Charlene says, "I'll take a reading, Janine. You can feel what is most needed." Okay, I will do that. And happy birthday to great grandson, his seventh birthday. Happy birthday, great grandson for Mary Jones. All right, let's just see what I have here. This is Charlene. Let's see what we got, Charlene. Mm, no, nope, 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 nope. Um, Charlene, actually gonna go with the Akashics and just see what's going on here. Do you have a question, or if you want to thunk it, you can thunk it. Let's see here. Let me see what I get from it. I'm pulling three of these. These just help me get started with the energies. How are you guys doing out there? Are you staying cool? We're heating up again. We actually had one decent day where the temperature and humidity came down. I felt it. If I had to go out and let the dog out at 4 o'clock in the morning, I was like, "Oh my god, this is like the Midwest again." And that lasted one day. All right. So there's new energies coming in for Charlene, and it's almost like a battle is called a truce, Charlene, whether it's an internal battle or something that's happening, kind of like all right, there's a six around this. So the six of roses is around this, and it's almost like the war of the roses. Okay, that means family member, or so that's what I'm looking at. You haven't been doing enough reflections because it's in the shadow, and so basically sometimes we don't want to go back, we don't want to look, we don't care about it, right? And it looks like you're entering into a whole new phase. And if you may be one that journals, I'm not quite sure, but you are going to be writing or ending a particular record that has been open with you for a while. All right, and I think you might know what that is. And what I'm also seeing is that you're coming into something that you still have a little bit more work to do to be your own master, okay? And when I say that, it's a master of your own energies, your own thoughts, your own feelings. Maybe it's coming to an end. But whatever this was, it's been here many lifetimes. And I think that you could end it any time that you want. It's all about free will, and so you do have your guides that you can turn to, and prayer for this. Okay, let's see here. Let me know how I did with that one. And let's see here. I'm trying to read here. Mary is updating us on hers, and her statement is, "I had an emotional weekend with my family. I guess I did give my power away. The heart cart jumped out for a reason." Oh, yes, didn't it? It did. That heart card went flying across the underneath my desk, and I've got a camera that follows me, and I didn't want you guys to see that with me with my head underneath my desk if it would go that far. I don't know. But yeah, so that's what's going on. If anybody else has something you've been working with or struggling, so these are good energies that are coming in. The old patterns are gone. You say goodbye to them. Karma is kind of like leaving, whether you believe me or don't believe me, that's up to you. And this is the time to say, okay, it's time to clean house. Another thing that I've noticed is that, the older that you get, you don't really care about stuff, is that everybody will say. And that has some truth to it, really does. It really does. There's a lot of comedians out there that kind of talk about it when you hit your 50s and you hit your 60s, so on and so forth, and how you really don't really care about anything. But what I will say is that if you've always been the one that has always reached out to everybody and anybody, do what happened to me. Lose all your data in your phone and watch it crash, and you go, "Oh my God, I don't know anybody's number." Watch time go by, a month, 2 months, 3 months, nobody's contacted me. Then you realize how much you've given yourself away because they're not calling you back. They're not getting in touch with you, not wondering, "Why haven't you called me?" They recognize your pattern, you recognize their patterns. All right, let's see what else we have out here. Smart and sassy, sending hugs and kisses to Mary. All right, anybody else is looking for one? I hope I didn't miss anybody. I want to go over here and check the phone lines, and I don't see anybody out there. So uh, I could take a caller if you guys want to. If you were there, I didn't know it. I apologize. Maybe you could even say, "Hey, I'm going to click on this link. I'm going to put the link back out there. It might be lost in the stream here. Copy this link." Somebody notified me that they can't see it on YouTube. You will see it. Just give it a minute. All right. We've got Dragon Wings out there. Hello, Dragon Wings. How are you? Um, I had an emotional. Whoop, that's not her. It's on the screen. Oh, I see it. They put it. I'm getting used to the software, you guys. It says, "Will you pull one for me, please? Is my knowledge what keeps my heart at peace? Thank you." Yeah, let's see what's going on here. All right, and that's going to require the Akashics question. All right, this is Dragon Wings 369. Thanks. It's a great question. I'm glad you asked the question. I just wish I could capture this for you at a later time. If you want to reread it, you have to actually go back to Rumble or YouTube. Okay, so the question is my knowledge that keeps my heart at peace. Is my knowledge that keeps my heart at peace. That's interesting on how you phrase that. Is my knowledge is what keeps my heart at peace. Hmm. Let's see what we got for Dragon Wings here. So the first thing comes up is your spirituality. Um, it's a little bit in the shadow side, and I don't know why it's the top card. It's kind of like the sun in the tarot deck. That's how I look at it. The writer's deck, I guess. And then yeah, it's very similar to Mary's very similar to Mary's reading. Uh that was Charlene's reading, not Mary's. Um Let me see what we have here. It's asking me to continue. Oh wow. I am I'm going to do something here. See, you use the word knowledge, and I'm trying to interpret that for them. What I'm actually hearing is like all your thoughts, random thoughts in your mind, right? And tell me if I'm wrong, but it says it keeps my heart at peace. My knowledge, my knowledge that keeps my heart at peace. All right, let me just see what we have here. Do you worry a lot? Dragon wings, are you constantly pondering things? That's a better word. You just kind of feel like your dreams don't come true here. I want to look this one up. Just bear with me. Um, One second. Okay, this is her loving element, and I'm going to read it from the book so that I don't. Okay, so if you could see this picture here, i- it's a child. Come on down. Come on down. All right, good. All right, there's a playfulness fairies, and the water sprite's frolics is in the air around a little child. They fill the air with expanding joy and happiness. Although many people don't believe in the elemental nature spirits of all kinds do exist, and they have a power that can be imagined. They live in the elements of earth, air, wind, and fire, and they are willing to share the guidance, well being, and inspirations of the Akashic records that exist in the natural world. This card is here to tell you the joy will soon be increasing. It also encourages you to remember to have fun. Dragon Wings, you work all the time, all work and no play. The more playfulness, to add more playfulness to your daily life, let yourself sing a little and laugh a little. Oh my God, I have been singing to my dogs. Oh, they love it. And then call on the elementals to inspire you in this. And I know you're very grounded with Mother Nature in other areas. They are a lot of fun, and they're uplifting and can expand the joy into your life of great measure. So the information of when the question was asked of the knowledge, I thought it was funny that you used that word there. For me, it's funny. I don't even know if funny is the right word to use, but having fun. So, as you guys know, my life are my little doggies, and so if you guys ever seen those automatic throw ball throwers, right? It's a square box. You drop the ball in it, it goes flying, and supposedly the dog picks up the ball and drops it back in there. I'm at the stage right now. I'm trying to teach my dog Rizzo to let go of the damn ball and to drop it in. And um and so anyways, I set it up. I'm having fun. This is my toy. And along with theirs. And, sorry, it looks like my husband was wanting something. Anyways, so I put it on one side of the pool, have it shoot over the pool where he's standing. He's not making the connection. He's so used to me throwing the ball and then dropping it at my feet. He doesn't know to put it in that thing, but we're gonna get there. But I'm having fun with that also. So we sometimes have to take what we do when we're caretakers and turn it into our using our own inner child and having fun with this stuff. I hope that helped you out. Let's see here. She says she doesn't get outside like she wants to. Um, yeah, I know. I know that feeling. I know that feeling. And I wish I talk to my husband about this all the time. I says, I hate the summers here. I really hate them because summertime back in the Midwest was you get on your bike, you go walk, and you go do this. You're outside. You're active. Not down here. It's almost reverse. It's like our winters are here in the summertime, and especially when it's off the charts where you can't breathe, right? That type of thing. And so I say to myself all the time, I just want to get out. So what did I start doing? I'm fortunate and I'm blessed to have a swimming pool. I get out there and found all these videos that are out there, and you can find them all out. And anything that you want to do, you can find them everywhere to do something on the inside. And, inside, outside, in the pool, I'm doing exercises, that type of thing. All right. So I'm going to move on from this. I hope that helped you. Um, let's see here. Charlene has got a statement here. Thank you, Janine. I will sit with that and see if it feels. Generally, just go with the flow and don't stress out and hold on to the past. At this point, I'm looking forward to the future. Okay, good. Good, good, good. There is a link in there if anybody wants to call in. You're more than welcome to. The link, you don't have to pick up a phone or anything. You just click on that link right there. It says Whipples waves on it, and then the other one says turn the page. It has a green symbol, rumble symbol next to it if you wanted to call in. I haven't checked it to see if anyone does. But that's what came in. So for Charlene, she says she doesn't hang on to the past too much, but it was all about her time and what she's processing. So that I think was was it Charlene? That was the first card that came up. I'm sorry if I didn't explain that. Okay, let's see. Let's move on from Dragon Wings here. Oh, okay. So she's basically saying she's got a little puppy herself, and the training's been very tough and rough on her, and she's a strong head. So that's the reason why I did numerology on the names. I'm not kidding you guys. I could have got one that was an 8 that would have been very strong, or a number 1 that was very strong. I think I'm going with a 7 that's going to fit in between my Rizzo and my Bella, and I'm actually seeing how it's going to balance these two out and work with my number is an 8, my husband is a 5. And it's funny because Bella is a 5 and so is my husband, and they just mess with each other, and it's hysterical. Yeah, so let's see here, what else do I have? AO is in the house. Hello, AO. I'm just going to go out here one more time to see if anybody is even in the queue. No one's in the queue. But we'll get used to doing this maybe sometime down the line. I remember doing this long, 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 long time ago, and when I had a much larger channel, and I would tell people, "Call in, call in. I just want to hear your voice. I want to, get the vibration and frequency, or whatever you want to call it, about you." And there would be one lady, and I can't remember her name for the life of me. And if you're still following me, I apologize if that was you, but she would basically be in the chat, see all the questions, and then call in and then ask all the questions for everybody else. And it was funny. It was really funny. And so, that's the way that things roll sometimes, or not everybody wants to call in and be heard. I just want to know how this works. So if you just want to click on that link, I just want to test this. All right. So Charlene, I think that was Charlene. I'm actually gonna go and pull a chakra card for you, since it sounds like it resonated with you, but it really didn't resonate with you. Or you might not be aware of the energy. Let's see here. Let me just see if I get one chakra. See for Charlene. I'm almost sure it was Charlene. And that one happens to be the courage one. Solar plex chakra. It's a cool card. I am possible. So I I'm kind of seeing a little bit of a pattern here. Um, Maybe there's something that you are working on another level. But there you go. All right, let me see if I could take this one off of here. What else do I have? Waiting for callers. That's what I am. I'm waiting for callers. Connie. Is there a Connie out there? What did you name your dog, Dragon Wings? I'm just kind of curious. Uh, I had to I must have went through the names, hundreds of them. I think it was 400 different names for, female puppies. They come in groups, like, they will say, like, I don't know, whatever list that they have, "This is a 1, this is a 2, this is a 3, this is a 4." And it just turned out that way. I kept asking over and over, and then they started grouping them for me, as I did it, so, um Oh, I didn't know if you guys have to download stuff for this for your phone? Uh, what happens when I click on it? Nothing. So this is it. If you happen to see this link out there, it looks like this. Um, Let's see what else we have out there. Anybody else want a particular reading? Just let me know. Otherwise, I could reiterate. Smart and Sassy says, Janine, I'm open to calling, but I'm on YouTube and I don't see the link. All right, let me put it says ripples of waves. It's right here, you guys. I'm gonna pin it at the top. I don't know if you guys can see those pins. But it says ripples. Whoa, don't go there, don't go there. I just screwed up. I went to my YouTube channel. Um, you gotta get the it should say it should have the red mark that's on the screen here. It says studio dot rumble. And so don't get confused. It says studio dot rumble because Rumble is a service. But it's coming through to you on YouTube like this that you see on your screen. I hope this is clear. I hope it is true. So, Charlene, maybe next time I'll watch from Rumble because I already have Rumble on my phone. Yeah, so you guys, if you're looking at it and it says this is my understanding of how this works here. And It's putting it's putting the link out on Rumble with the green Rumble and then, out on YouTube, but it says Rumble under it says, Studio Rumble because that's who's sponsoring this call thing. I hope. I don't know. This is the first time I'm doing it, and, I thank you guys all for having patience with me. Alright, let's see here. Alright. I'm actually going to, try it on my phone. I got my phone behind me. It was charging. I don't wanna reach it and get it. 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay. Come on down, come on down. There we go. Let's see here. Alright. Okay. Stay on a few minutes and we'll go to Rumble. Oh, Charlene, you don't have to do that. I didn't I was going to try it from my phone. I'll stay here and wait for her. Kismet 5 is another one that's actually interested in the class, but a lot of people don't wanna do it live line. It's more private, especially if you're gonna ask any personal questions, you can do it on a Zoom. A lot of people don't realize that if you have to download the Zoom and then just I don't know if you even have to download the Zoom. Just click on the link. It's been a while since I used it. So I'm actually going to go to my page, my channel, and let's see if I can call in. So it looks like it opens up Google, and then it says download your Rumble Studio to your phone, designed for mobile, go live. That's why you guys are saying Rumble. I didn't know that. Charlene is telling me that the link is not working. No, it's not because I've got Rumble on my phone also. Thank you, Charlene. I just figured this out myself too. It's just opening up. Well, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? Okay, I have to keep up my record of technology bloopers, I guess you can call it. All right, so that's everything that I have. Yeah, Charlene, you're right. I don't think the link is working. Let me just kind of go in there and take the next caller. It doesn't even allow me to do that. So there's no callers, caller visibility on the stream. 1 second. Okay. All right. All right, you guys. I appreciate you all taking the time to help me out here. Hope I was able to help you. Yeah, we'll figure it out, she says. I might just do this offline here later. Um, but in any case, if you guys are all wanting to do a little intimate Zoom and just join in, some of you are saying, I just want to see what it's about. You could do that too. I could put it together. To be honest with you, it's this is the 4th of August. I'm probably going to get around to it in the third week of August, only because I want to make sure that I got the technology set up. I know who's going to be here and what time that have to be on there because people are from Florida, Hawaii, up north, different time zones. So yeah, it says YouTube link just makes the page smaller. No calling. Thank you, smart and sassy. I don't know what the hell. Whoops, whoops, whoops. I don't know what the hell is going on here. But thank you. Apparently it doesn't work. Um, so I'll have to find out. Zoom it is, says Charlene. I think I'm gonna do a Zoom. It's been a while since I've worked with it, and I want to make sure. So you guys write to me, tell me your time zone, and let me know. If you only want to go like an hour, that's fine. If it goes beyond that, I don't care about the time. I just care about maybe just all of us, maybe just getting to know each other. It could be recorded, or you could say don't record it, either or. That's it's up to you guys. I don't make that call. It's all about you. All right. This is let's see what else we have here. Zoom it is. Yeah, it's saying Rumble's not working. So much for this piece of shit. I think a lot of people are disappointed with this Rumble. I heard a couple of other people saying that they're going to get off of it. And they're all going to this Patreon. I don't know what Patreon is, a better uh, software or app now. I always thought of Patreon as people wanting money from it, right? That's how I look at it. But any case, there you guys go. I thank you for being here today, and we'll catch you guys next week. I don't think I'm going to talk anymore about the global consciousness. I think we've got it. There's not much unless you have questions on it. If there's a topic that you want me to talk about, maybe around the Akashics. Maybe this is something that I'll just put into the Zoom if you want to join. I'll put the information out there, a week ahead of time about where it's at and who wants to join. Maybe 2 weeks. I'll try to get it all together, and then put it out there and just see if it's a small intimate group. So be it. It's meant to be that way. Thank you all. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.